Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a brow tutorial. I do not have my camera set up correctly today because one of my cameras died, so I don't know how this video is going to turn out. Hopefully it turns out well and I don't do all of this work for nothing. So I normally don't do my eyebrows typically when I do my makeup. I honestly just do my full makeup and then just fill in where my sparse hairs are. But because of my previous Ulta haul that I just posted, I did pick up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. So I really want to try this, and I want to try more of that like laminated brow look. So I am going to try to attempt to do that today. We'll see how it goes. It's outside of the camera frame, so you can't see it, but I do have an up-close mirror. I'm probably going to bring it into the camera. I didn't want to have to do that, but it looks like I'm going to have to do that. So I've never used the Brow Freeze Gel before. I did used to try using like a NYX one, and I liked it, but it didn't really, I never tried to go like really in depth with the whole brow lamination look. So I'm going to try to attempt to do that today. So first step, I'm going to take, I'm going to have two spoolies here just in case I need to pivot, because I do have a edge control gel as well that I'm going to possibly try out if this Brow Freeze Gel is not strong enough. Because I really want to go for that like crazy brow lamination type of look today. And I do have a lot of hair and a lot of thick stubborn hair. So I don't know if this Brow Freeze Gel is going to actually hold up. So we might test out both. I'm not sure today. We're going to see how the Brow Freeze works out first. But first I'm going to brush back my hairs to get them all loosened up. Okay, now I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel, and I'm going to do the same motion, honestly, and I'm going to brush them backwards. So now that I brushed them backwards in the opposite motion a little bit, the hairs have loosened up. So now I'm going to start doing an upwards motion. And now I'm going to just try to finish it out. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see on camera the difference. I can see a difference from my close-up mirror, but honestly, it's still not the look I'm going for. It's not necessarily that the product is not strong. I know there's actually an actual brow freeze gel that comes in a jar that I've seen girls use, and they use a spoolie out of that, which I wish I would have gotten that one instead. I might have to go to the store one day and grab that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna try using my edges gel. I use the olive oil edges gel for when I slick back my hair. I haven't used it on my hair yet today because I don't know how I'm gonna style my hair. I'm gonna use this for my eyebrows and see how it goes. We're just gonna improvise. Okay, let's see. Oh geez, yeah, this is like way stronger. Oh my goodness. Wow, just the front alone. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Great. I'm becoming more and more high maintenance every single day, getting into this whole makeup stuff now. And now I know you guys can see the difference. This worked out amazing. Now I can't tell you if the ABH wax version of this will do this same exact thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But this edges control is working extremely well. I honestly feel like I don't really need to fill them in that much. Does that look crazy? OMG, I'm in love. What do you guys think? This is the before, and this is the after. So next what we're gonna do, I am so conflicted now if I really even want to fill in anything. I kind of like the way this looks. It looks more natural. So what I'm gonna do instead is use my concealer and see, oops. I'm gonna actually just do the concealer around my brows and underneath to see how it looks from there. Now, unfortunately, I could not find my regular tiny concealer brush that I normally use for my brows. Really bummed out because it was like the perfect paintbrush type of concealer to use. And I can't find it anywhere. So yeah, I can't find it, unfortunately. It is what it is. We're just gonna improvise, and I'm gonna use this little tiny concealer brush that I found. It's an e.l.f. brush. It just says that it's a small angled e.l.f. brush. So we're gonna try using this and see how this goes. I'm just gonna start by highlighting underneath the brow. Very lightly. And this is to give it that more like crisp, clean, sharp look. Alexa, what time is it? It's on 5:29 p.m. I was supposed to go to my friend's house today, or at least try to, but I told myself I need to film a bunch of videos. But now we're just going to pretty much clean up the bottom. Alexa, what's the weather outside? The current weather is 27 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, you can expect snow flurries, with a low of 18 degrees. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it? No. I never want to hear my notifications. It's just Amazon stuff anyway. Let's see. Ooh, should I even do the top though? Let me see. Regret. Let's see if we use a beauty blender, if it'll make a difference. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so, okay, that makes way better. Once you blend it out with a beauty blender, it looks much better. I don't like harsh lines, so right now I'm just trying to lightly dab in that underlined concealer into my eyebrow, just so it looks a little bit more natural and it doesn't look like such a harsh line. Okay, so this is the semi-finished look. Don't know if I should fill it in. I kind of don't want to touch it, to be honest. It looks actually really good the way it is. I am very lucky that I have thick brows naturally. Now that I look in the mirror, like my regular mirror, this actually looks amazing. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna fill it in because I don't even know where I would fill it in. No, honestly, I'm just not gonna even touch it. Cool. So now I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So we are gonna go backwards to loosen up the hairs. You know what? I'm just gonna try using just the Edges gel this time. Whoops, I moved the mirror. Let me see. So on this brow, I use the Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel and also the Edges Control. But on this one, I'm gonna try just using this, just to see how that works. Because this Edges Control is what really brought it that like laminated look. Now I am going to brush them a little bit backwards in the front and then work my way up. Let me see if I can like use the back of my tweezers to really blend this gel in here. That's why I want to try the Anastasia Brow Wax, because it has a dual brush that has a spoolie on one end and then like a flat head on the other, so that you could do this. I'm just improvising with my tweezers right now. This is how it looks right now. I want to keep the front hairs up like that, and then as I go work my way through, I want to start pushing it more in a slanted direction and try to wipe off the excess gel because it messes with the concealer, I'm realizing. I feel like they don't look the same. Okay, I need to stop because I will obsess over this for hours and hours and hours, like literally. So this is just what we're gonna have to deal with. I feel like the middle to end of the brows don't look similar to my other brow, so that's gonna bother me a little bit, but it is what it is. If I keep obsessing over it, this video will be like way too long. So now we're gonna go in with our concealer again, and I'm just gonna take the e.l.f. brush, dab the concealer in, and then highlight underneath it. Now we're just gonna blend it out. Oh my god, I love, they don't look similar or identical by any means. Oh my god, I love them. Ah! I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. They look so cute. This might be my new routine, guys, even though it's super high maintenance. I love it. I did not even have to fill in anything. So this is the finished look, and I am obsessed with it. I think it looks so natural and so clean and crisp. Now, I did end up not really, it's not that I don't like this little brow freeze gel. It's just that I really need to get the brow freeze wax instead. And I also want to get, there's like a brow tint that you can use that has a very sharp feathered tip to it that you can add the hairs in. And you just can't get that same result with this eyebrow definer. So I need to do an updated eyebrow tutorial once I kind of play around with those two products. I just have to run to the store to get them one day. But for now, I'm so happy with how this looks. Again, I just only used my Edges Control gel and some concealer. I am obsessed with how this like more laminated brow look comes off. I think it looks so cute. It almost gives you like a natural brow lift, which I am obsessed with. But this is like really easy and cool to do at home, especially if you already have like a very strong gel at home and you may not have the brow products like the brow wax and the brow tint. This is such a nice little dupe for the more laminated look is by just using this Edges Control and some concealer and a couple spoolie brushes, and that's pretty much all I use today on these brows, and I love them. I think they look so good. Okay guys, so looking back at the footage that I just filmed, I realized that this eyebrow is way darker for some reason than this one, and I couldn't leave the video like that. It was bothering me way too much. So I think the only step that I can think of that I did differently on this brow was that I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. So I'm going to see if this was the reason why this eyebrow came out so much better and lighter than this one. So we're going to try to see if we can redo this brow with this gel and see if maybe that's why it looks like that. I actually kind of like using this one on top of the Edges Control that I have. Okay, I feel like that might have lightened it up more, but now I'm thinking it may have just been the concealer. I think I just used more concealer and blended the concealer in to my brow a little bit more on this one. now we're gonna blend it in and see if this works. So I can't understand why this brow looks so much lighter than this one. Maybe it's the lighting. I think it might be the lighting. Or maybe what I did was I went over it again with the spoolie brush. I think that's what it was. Okay, I think that's what it was. I think with this brow, I went over it again as like a finishing touch. And as I was using the spoolie with the gel, there was some concealer residue getting on the spoolie, and that made my eyebrows look lighter because it was catching some of this concealer and blending it into the brow, which I actually love, to be honest. I like that look because when I looked back at the video, this eyebrow looked so much better than this one. So I actually just discovered a new technique, I think. That's what it was. It had to have been that. Okay, I think they look more similar now. It might be the lighting as well. Might have been a mix of maybe like the lighting, because the lighting is a little bit brighter on this side of my mirror for some reason. Oh, it's because my mirror is covering the other light bulbs. Oh, that might be why. Okay, let's see how this looks. I don't know if it was the lighting though, because then when I went back and I looked in the mirror, I did notice the difference in the color when I was looking in the mirror. So it might have been slightly about the lighting, but I think it more so had to do with the fact that I was brushing through with a spoolie, like a clean spoolie. I was brushing through my eyebrows, and some of the concealer residue was getting into my brow, making it look lighter than this one. That's why this one looked so much darker than before. And now that I'm looking in the mirror, I feel like they are a little bit more balanced out. But yeah, I just had to film that for you guys because I'm like, wait, my eyebrows look crazy. They do not look identical whatsoever. So I had to come back to the drawing board and redo this one a little bit. But yeah, in general, I absolutely love the way they look. I can't wait to do my makeup too, because it's probably going to look even better once I do my makeup and eyeshadow and all of that fun stuff. But I absolutely love them, and I did not have to fill them in. All right, guys, I'm so happy. I'm going to look back on this footage and hopefully this made a difference. Again, I just added this on top because I did not use that one originally. And I used a clean spoolie to feather in as a finishing touch, and some of the concealer blended into the brow, making the brows look lighter. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.